Kid Craddock in the morning.
The ShowBiz Top 5.
Hey, this is Kelly Raspberry. Y'all mind if I don't put on a lot of makeup today? Just some lipstick and mascara. I'm a little tired. That moment of truth thing wore me out last night. But anyway, it's Thursday. It's January the 24th, and here's your ShowBiz Top 5 for today. Now, Lenny Kravitz says he is refraining from doing laundry until his wedding night. No, I don't mean he's walking around living in filth. He is, our code word for doing laundry on Kid Craddock in the morning. He is celibate, and he's been that way for 3 years. He says the women he's dated lately, is kind of a shock to them when they realize that he's taking this stance. But he says, when a woman comes up to him at this point in his life, she has to bring more than just the body. He's looking for more of a spiritual connection there, the mind too. So good for you, Lenny. Hope that works for you. Now, Britney Spears did show up at court yesterday looking like she was ready to party. She was wearing a short little black mini skirt, her metallic gold platform shoes, hot pink lipstick. She did make it to court, to the courthouse. She did make it through the metal detectors, but once she got through there, she decided she didn't want to be there anymore and just left. Now, the whole point of this emergency custody hearing was on her behalf. Now, it was not required that she be there, but it would have looked a lot better to the judge if she had decided to show up. So anyway, as it stands, the judge decided just to leave the visitation as is, which means Britney gets nothing until the next hearing on this, which is sometime in February. The new Jonas Brothers video for When You Look Me in the Eyes, it's going to debut on the Disney Channel tomorrow night. It's going to be an all black and white kind of artsy feel thing. It's going to have some video footage from their concerts. It's going to be some stuff from backstage, and it's going to be stuff from their tour bus. And wouldn't you like to get a little sneak peek inside of there? So don't forget, that is Friday night on the Disney Channel, 9:45 Eastern, 8:45 Central. And they do, by the way, kick off their own tour January 31st in Tucson, and that show's selling out all over the place. It's doing so well, in fact, they're adding more shows. So just keep up to date on their websites on that. Now, the relationship between Jessica Simpson and Tony Romo, is it still on? Is it off? Is it rocky? Is it strong? I don't know. Sources are saying things aren't going so well between the two of them, that Tony is kind of feeling like maybe he's become a bit of a joke, and maybe he is sort of kind of putting some blame on Jessica for his team not going to the Super Bowl. We're talking the Cowboys, of course. So anyway, some source close to the situation says he tried to have a conversation with her about, hey, maybe we should backpedal a little bit, maybe just be friends, and that just friends is not in Jessica Simpson's vocabulary. So now his new plan of attack is to try to drive her away by making her miserable. So he took her on a little hunting, camping trip last weekend, and if you know Jessica, you know that's not something she's probably enjoying doing. So did it work? I don't know. We'll see if we have any more sightings of them popping up around town. And then finally, Michelle Williams, she was in Sweden filming a movie, and she had her daughter Matilda, her and Heath Ledger's daughter, with her at the time when they got news that Heath had passed away. So she got on the first plane she could out of Sweden and is now back at her home in Brooklyn, where she is working with the family making funeral arrangements. Now, she and Heath broke up, I think it was September or so. They were engaged to be married, but for whatever reason, the relationship didn't work out, and they were co-parenting Matilda together, trying to maintain an amicable relationship, and they say she is absolutely devastated by this news. Now, the coroner's office has turned Heath's body over to a funeral home in New York. We're assuming he's going to be buried in his native Australia. There'll be some sort of memorial service in the United States. And we're hearing word also that radical preacher from Kansas who goes around and pickets the funerals of fallen soldiers from Iraq and pickets the deaths of homosexuals, that he's actually planning on protesting any memorial service for Heath Ledger here in the United States because of his portrayal of the gay cowboy in Brokeback Mountain. So hopefully that proves not to be true. But that is your ShowBiz Top 5 for Thursday.